What's up, Lauren? How you doing today?
I am super fly.
Ooh, Superfly. It's our first episode of 2023 of snaffing. Staffing.
What? What did you
Come
invite
on,
me
go
to?
ahead.
I, that's not
Spell
what
the
I
word
signed
already,
up
All right.
for.
people.
Well, Adam Conrad is our guest on our first episode of Snaffing.
Okay, for our listeners, this is staffing,
I think you
not
have to
to
say
be
that from
mistaken
now
with
on.
napping. This is staffing
Hold on, I'm
meant to
trying.
be bite-sized pieces of information for you to consume and enjoy.
Sorry, guys.
Are we doing like another cut of this, or we just?
No, this is all good. Man, I can't even breathe. All right, let
Our
him go.
listeners love our inability to say things.
Well, happy New Year, Rob and Lauren.
What's up,
Happy
Adam?
New Year,
If
Adam.
you don't know
Welcome
Adam,
to our first episode of Staffing.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I
It's a
am very
pleasure to have you.
grateful for it.
Adam is the CXO or the Chief Experience Officer at Create Recruiters, which is I'll let him explain it because it changes every time, but go ahead.
That's called refinement, Rob. You find out where you're really making impact, and really, it's real time
How did
experience
I do?
management.
Oh, there you go. How did I do at Staffing World when you guys sponsored our talk track? I thought I did a good job.
I thought you did a nice job. Yeah. And then, I mean, what we are is real time experience management down to the desk level. So it's getting real time feedback reviews on the people that are driving your business forward. And do a lot of cool things with that, not just operationally, but also from a public facing digital asset perspective. Because what's the sense of having all that great feedback and reviews if you can't share it with the world?
And
Yeah.
you have really exciting news because this week you're going to announce the winners of. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, if you look at where we've evolved over the years is we were operational. We did really well there. We helped with the digital assets, public profiles, driving inbound leads to our customers through their profiles. And really what we had done is given them ways to kind of share with the world that they're doing a great job by easily sharing the reviews across social, their website, on these public profiles. And beginning last year, we took our first step of saying, as great recruiters, we have all of this data, all of this information about these amazing staffing firms. We're putting our stamp on that now. And so starting last year, we announced our first half 2022 top rated staffing firms. And we're going to be launching our 2022 second half top rated staffing firms here on the 18th of January. So for us, we have nothing to gain other than letting the world know that these are some great staffing firms to work for. They have great processes in place. They have great recruiters who people love working with, and they're across all industries. So yeah, really excited about that and kicking that off this week.
And you have
That is really exciting.
yeah, no worries.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What you were telling me, I mean, guys, we talk about the new world of work and the new world of media and the new world of marketing. And we're in creator world, right? Where you can build a following quickly, especially if you have great feedback that you can share. So Adam, you have a great use case that you shared with Lauren and I on the pre-call that really makes this kind of relevant to
Yeah,
industry.
it's the new school way. I mean, we are in. You said that you're in the creator community, and I'm with you. But if that didn't get likes and subscribers, which is kind of like the creator's way of getting those positive reviews and affirmations that it's somebody that you want to follow and listen to, no one's going to listen to you. And for our industry, there has always been end of year type of boards, and you have best of this, best of that. A variety of different people do it, but it's all based on a single point in time to go ahead and ask a bunch of people you helped in the past whether or not you did a good job. And for us, it's like, look, we need real time feedback, not just to get that award and recognition, but to help people down to the desk level improve, be better. When you're new to the recruitment, how many recruiters join this industry? And I heard an awesome thing the other day is like, recruiters aren't falling into this anymore. People are making a decision to be part of this industry, which is freaking awesome compared to where I started 22 years ago, right? It wasn't a career path and people see it, but when you're new, nobody knows that you're doing a good job. And so we had this individual sign up. Great guy. He's like 22, signed up, really ambitious, wanted to start his own staffing firm. It was just him. He signed up with one of our free individual accounts, started getting feedback and reviews. And like, this is awesome. Quickly upgraded to a company account. He wanted all that public facing data and insights. And he started using his reviews and profiles to help attract travelers and nurses that he had never done business with before. But as he started gaining that momentum, he was using those stories to say, hey, look, I'm somebody you can trust. And, now he's started a company, right? He's got like 10 nurses on staff now, and he's looking to scale to 30 recruiters this year. And he's like, your tool is going to be the most critical thing in our tech stack, because as I scale from one recruiter to 30, how do I ensure the quality of what they're doing? How do I make sure that I'm providing them good insight on how they're performing from the outside perspective? And I think that's where we're at now, is real-time feedback.
Yeah. And I think that people aren't going to buy without it moving, like as we
Yeah.
continue to evolve. I mean, I know I've gotten to a point where just as a consumer, if I don't see a rating next to something, or I see too few ratings, I won't buy it, or I won't take that risk. With return policies changing from a consumer perspective, you have to put a little more due diligence, out of the gate in there. And this is just such a natural way to continue to create tools for people, for consumers.
Yeah.
And I keep saying consumer behavior has entered in our job market, like digital marketing is changing. And I have to be mindful. We have to be agile. And I mean, I absolutely, from an entrepreneurial perspective, I love that story because testimonials are everything. It's the entire reason that I've grown my firm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to do it without referrals or testimonials, etc.
We got to
And,
get more into video testimonials first, but your word of mouth business is phenomenal. I love
it
it.
Yeah.
is. And if you're not asking regularly, like people want I just want positive reviews. I'm like, you're missing the point. The point is that you can help make a better company and a better culture around consistent improvement. Nobody's perfect. And let's face it,
Yeah.
when you are confronted with a situation where you've had a bad experience, when somebody's able to intervene and ask, hey, that's not what we wanted. How can I make it better? You're left with such a much better feeling about that organization. And it's the same for recruiting. And recruiting is human to human. So, we need to go beyond rating these entities. People don't have an experience with an entity. They have an experience of the human beings with inside that entity. And I think that's where great recruiters gets down to the desk level, goes beyond just an NPS, which is an important metric that a lot of people are using, but there's a lot to be discovered when you start getting feedback down to individuals. And were they genuine? Were they responsive? Were they experienced and knowledgeable? Did they help provide you advice and guidance? Are they transparent? So we're getting those behavior-based things down to the desk level. So for our great recruiter certified companies and those top rated, they're doing it the best, right? These are
Right.
companies that have recruiters that people love working with.
Well, and I want our listeners to think about this from another vantage point. I think one of the scariest parts about being an entrepreneur or a business owner is the fact that you are enabling someone else that you've just hired to come in and represent your organization. It's a really, really
You-
scary proposition.
Your
And so to
brand.
be able to, yeah, it's your brand. I mean, and if you've been a solopreneur up until this point, you now have this constant feedback loop to be able to validate that the people that you've hired to represent your brand in a recruiting capacity are doing just that. And
Yeah.
so what a boost of confidence that new agency business owner can get in knowing that their brand is being represented the way that they anticipated in making this hire, because making a hire is taking a risk. And so this feels more like a calculated risk because we have this continual feedback loop coming in. so that we can mitigate potential fall off or risk, or
Yeah.
adapt and overcome and change accordingly.
I've been listening to Lauren and I have masterclass, right? I bought us a subscription to
Thank you, Rob. Merry Christmas
for
to me.
Christmas.
I buy
And
you wine, you buy me education. I don't know what's happening
well,
here,
you love
but
reading, so I figured
I
I'd
do.
give you a
I
video.
do. I do.
No, and I've been listening to Coach K's. If you're not familiar with Coach K, Duke, the most winning coach. He's the Olympic men's basketball coach. He was the former Duke head basketball coach. And this theme of transparency, like one of the values of transparency and trust. Like you trust your team, and you will give them feedback if they're not holding up that value, or if they're not doing enough, part of, like, whatever it is. But like not in a mean way, but in a very like, hey, this is the value system. This is what we're striving towards. This is how I feel like it's not being honored. This is a great tool. If you want your team to function like a team, and value transparency with your candidates and your clients, because that's a great way to do business, right, as much as possible, then you need to be transparent as an organization, more than likely. So I think this is a great tool, and to
Yeah.
approach that in a very neutral way.
And I found the people that really have embraced the tool, leadership needs to be involved, because it's not just that validation, Lauren, which I think is so important, but it's the growth, it's the culture, it's the empowerment. And when you're getting that feedback and you're able to course correct as an individual and get that feedback, or get a really positive review and empowers you, and then you're able to share it, the platform is shifting cultures. And that's the beauty of what it's doing, is it's going beyond just, checks and balances. It's helping people feel better about what they're doing, move forward and grow faster. And when you're hiring a bunch of people that you don't know, you want them to be successful. And so give them a tool that's going to help them be successful, right? Not just drive more submittals, drive this, drive that, but give them a tool that's going to help them gain confidence faster as being new in the industry. And you have to do that at the desk level, and you can't be on the phone with everybody. So those are the things, we get feedback all the time from recruiters. Like, it is great to know when I'm doing well and where I need to work on. And for me, like, that's the beauty of it, is how do we make this industry better, one recruiter at a time.
I love it. All right, so Adam, when is the list coming out, and how many people are being honored, and what are the verticals?
We have, in the verticals, we have healthcare, IT engineering, professional staffing, executive search, accounting and finance, labor and commercial. There are, believe, 94 companies that are being recognized. And it's not just their reviews. We look at the data over a 6-month period, and we look at the average number of reviews per recruiter, because the more feedback, better insight, better understanding that rating is consistent rather than just one person getting one review. We're looking at referral rate, response rates. So there's a whole algorithm that we put in to generate and score who these top rated firms are. What I can tell you, these firms all care about their business, all care about experience that they're driving, or else they wouldn't be using great recruiters. So I'm excited to get them announced Wednesday at noon Eastern on GR Live.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the You Own the Experience podcast.
You can catch all our previous episodes at whywepodcast.com and learn more about our thriving staffing community by signing up for the Why newsletter.
And coming soon is Staffing Huddle, an online open community dedicated to your staffing success.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Lauren. Go do something good.
Bye, guys.